Good morning, everyone. Once again, this is Black Forest coming to you with another pre-market analysis video. This morning, we're going to be looking at the Euro USD. Okay. Before we get started to break down this Forex pair, we have to state that this video is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice, but we all know why you're here, which is to find good, credible Forex content that can improve one's ability as a trader and help put some money in your pocket. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started breaking down this Forex pair, okay? All right, so let's discuss the fundamentals of what's going on. All right, let's talk about the euro. The euro, right now, did have some very good news come out at the latter part of the trading week, but we also have several things going on that kind of outweighs that. First of all, we have that the overall EU, all those respective countries that make up the EU are suffering from inflation. Then on top of that, they're dealing with the ramification effects of the Russian sanctions having a negative effect on their economies. Okay, because Russia was one of its major trading partners to the entire EU before this entire conflict has started. Then also we have the lot of FUD with the entire European economy, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, which is related to this instability that's happening on with war happening on the European continent. Okay, this is why the euro, no matter how good the economic news has been, it has been one of our weaker currencies going into the last several trading weeks. Okay, now the USD, as we stated in previous videos, is also dealing with the inflation, is also dealing with the rippling effect of the Russian sanctions and its gas prices. That is also catalyzing further the inflation as well. But the sole difference between these two currencies, even though they're both experiencing inflation, a ripple effect from the Russian sanctions, is that there's a war being fought in Europe and there's not one being fought in North America. And with that being said, this is not so much about which currency is stronger than the other. It's really what you're seeing is which currency is just much more weaker than the other. And the euro has been the weaker currency compared to the USD, even though the USD is weak. So the USD is weak and the euro is just much, much weaker. Okay. Now, with that said, as we can see, price has been going down. We did have some retracement up. We did have some aggressive push back down. And now it's looking like it's going to continue with its current trajectory going down. And there's a possibility it could range out, go back up into this area before it starts to go back into the short position, or it could range out here and then go back into the short position. So those are also two scenarios. Now, only way we can have significant price turnover is if we see a fundamental shift in the euro and USD along with global politics that will also be catalyzing that as well. So a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, NATO steps in, they institute some type of new peace treaty. Then on the same time, we see monetary policies that takes away from the inflation of the euro and the USD. Now, all those scenarios are possible, of course. Are they probable? Not really, because the time frame to push through economic policies through governments and to get like a ceasefire between that Russia and Ukraine is going to take some time. And while that time is going on, the charts are going to still act in which they would have done, which is this is just basically going to be going for a short position, continuing its short position. Okay. So, like we said before, what's going to happen is that most likely we can range out in this area here before we continue to go down, or we can go up some more to this area here, or possibly as high as this area here, range out before we continue to go down. But we're going to continue going to the short position until we can get some resolution with those fundamental factors. Okay, hope that information was helpful for you guys. Happy trading.